Today in front of me, I have something that is somewhat of a content creator's dream, especially if you're on the move all the time and you have tons of footage you need to store somewhere before you can edit it or even back it up for later use. Right here, I have the Samsung T9 Portable SSD, which supports write speeds up to 2000 megabytes per second if your computer supports USB 3.2 2x2. Now, I happen to have a MacBook Pro that does not support USB 3.2 2x2. That's a mouthful, But the good news is that more or less makes this future-proof for me. So that way, if I upgrade in the future and it finally does support USB 3.2 2x2, I'll be able to max out the speed, assuming the SSD is still functioning. Anyways, I got the maximum capacity they have in the T9 series, 4 terabytes, and that should be fantastic as a content creator. Now, compared to the T7, that is one of the most popular portable SSDs. Not only does it support double the write speeds at 2000 megabytes per second, but it also does have more of a rugged design, so it has better drop protection up to 3 meters, so you should be fine if you drop it from your pocket or something. It also does have password protection, but I prefer to use the encryption built into my MacBook, and it also does have a 5-year limited warranty in case something goes wrong. Now, that being said, packaging looks great, feels fantastic, let's get inside! You know you're a nerd when you get excited for something like a portable SSD, right? So first thing we're greeted with is the Samsung Portable SSD T9 with 4 terabytes. That's fantastic. We also do have a USB-C to USB-C cable that has a pretty good length compared to other SSDs I've had, as well as a much slower USB-C to USB-A cable, you know, just in case you need it. Also do have an installation start guide, warranty statement, and regular compliance thing we never look at. So now, taking a look at the Samsung T9 Portable SSD, it feels great in the hands, very grippy, and definitely gonna be drop resistant compared to the solid metal one like the T7. Now, some people do say if you put this in your pocket or your laptop bag, since it does have some grippy rubber material, it doesn't slide out smoothly, but I feel like that's a good trade-off given that it gives you more protection. Because remember, you're gonna have some important stuff on here. You don't want anything to happen to it if you can avoid it. Now, even though this is a more rugged design, unlike something like the Samsung T7 Shield, this one doesn't have any dust or water resistance. There's no IP rating whatsoever, so keep that in mind if you happen to be going out kayaking or something with this in your pocket. Might not be the best idea. However, it does have good solid build. It feels very great in the hands. Doesn't feel too heavy, but also does feel premium. Now, over here on the front side, we do have the Samsung logo. Flipping it over, portable SSD T9, so everyone knows what's up. Now over here on the other side, we have a little LED light that'll pulse when things are being done, and we also do have the USB-C port that supports USB 3.2 2x2. So now, little tutorial, take your USB-C cable, take your T9 portable SSD, you plug it in, and it clicks. You take this end and plug it in your computer, or your phone, or whatever you're plugging it into, whatever USB-C device you have, or USB-A depending on which cable you're using. Anyways, this cable is very long. It's about 2 feet long. I'm used to having cables maybe about this long, but to be fair, I guess it doesn't really matter. It folds up pretty well and it's ready to go. They do recommend using the cable that comes with it, or if you don't, then make sure you get a cable that supports the speeds that you're looking for. Now, what I will say is I ran this through the testing phase on my MacBook Pro. So first of all, the first thing I ever do with any sort of hard drive, SD card, you name it, whatever has memory, I run it through H2 Test W to make sure that the full capacity is there and there's no corruptions, broken segments, all that. And this thing did pass with flying colors, and it took a little over an hour to complete the full 4 terabyte read and write. So 2 hours total. Now, once that was done, I was like, you know what? I gotta test it to see how fast the thing actually is on my MacBook Pro, since the MacBook Pro does not support USB 3.2 2x2. And I was pleasantly surprised. Even with sustained writing and reading, it still was able to stay above 800 megabytes per second. Compared to my T7, the T7 dropped down to 400 to 500 megabytes per second once it started getting hot and being used for a while. So it was nice that this was able to sustain higher speeds. The maxed out speed was over 900 megabytes per second, which is still fine. It's not 2000, but 900 is nothing to laugh at. But I'm assuming, in my mind at least, I haven't really confirmed this, but I think because this does support up to 2000, it's able to withstand 900 with ease and keep it pretty consistent no matter what you throw at it. But you know, the T7 only supports up to 1000, so obviously it's gonna drop down lower. At least that's what I think, and I'm pretty sure that makes sense. But all in all, this is a great portable SSD that you could take anywhere, and it's perfect for your content creation journey, because especially if you get the 4TB version, that's a lot of space, so you should never run out or have an issue when you're on the go or even at home. The quality is great, the read and write speeds are wonderful, and overall, it's my dream, and it's a reality in front of me.